kindergarten. I'm here in the classroom to do a little review lesson for you with just to go over some things that we learned this week, okay? So first let's go over some letter sounds. We had two new letters this week. Do y'all remember which ones they were? One of them, when you make the sound, your nose kind of gets a little scrunched up here. It's the I sound. Do you remember what letter that is? That's I. So I was our first new letter this week, and our flashcard for I is a little cute little monkey that's itching himself. See that? He's itching because itch starts with the I sound. Itch. All right? So here's capital I, here's lowercase I, but they both make the I sound. So I have echo here. I thought we could practice with echo because sometimes it's kind of hard in the classroom with so much going on. So when you're at home right now listening to this video, we're going to do some echo. So it's my turn first. I'm going to say it first, and then when I show you echo, then it's your time to say it. It's your time to echo after me, okay? Echo is like to say the same thing as somebody else, and that's why this owl is named Echo. All right, my turn first. Here we go. I itch. Your turn. Good. Did you say I itch? Okay, let's do the next new letter that we learned this week. Do you remember the next new letter we learned? It was, let's see, it makes an sound, like the word up, or like if somebody's really bothering you and you go, that's the sound of this letter. Okay, do you know the letter? It's the letter U. So here's uppercase U, here's lowercase u, and the U flashcard has a picture of an arrow pointing up to help us remember that U makes an sound like up. Okay, so let's do some echoing. So first it's my turn, and then when I show you echo, then you say it, okay? All right, my turn first. U, up, your turn. All right, did you say U, up, Good job. Okay, let's go over the letters that we learned last week. Do you remember what letters we learned last week? Let me show you on our calendar what last week looks like. Okay, so here's our calendar for September. This week right here, this is the week where we learned I and you. So last week was this week. Do you remember what letters we learned last week? You remember? It was the letters. I'll give you a hint. One of them, one letter, makes a n sound, like nut. Do you remember the letter? It's the letter N. So for the in flashcard, we say in, nut, n. Okay, you ready? Let me get echo. All right, so my turn first to say the flashcard. Here I go. In, nut, n. Your turn. Good. Did you say in, nut, n? All right, that other letter that we learned last week was like the letter N, except letter N, lowercase n, only has one hum. This letter has two, and it makes a sound, like man, or like you just ate something yummy and you go All right, do you remember the letter? It's the letter M. So when we say the M flashcard, we say M, man, Okay, you ready? Now it's your turn. All right, good. M, man, Let's look at the shape of our mouths when we make these letters. That's kind of a good way to, or when we make the letter sounds. That's a good way to remember. So when we make the in sound, look at my mouth. It's n, n. My mouth is still a little bit open and my tongue is at the top of my mouth. N. But when I make the M sound, look at my mouth now. Mm, mm. Look, my lips are together and my mouth is closed. So make sure your mouth looks like that too when you're making the sounds. Okay, really fast. Let's go over the letters that we learned before last week. There's a bunch of them. Look at all the letters we've learned. Oh my gosh, we've learned so many letters. I'm really excited about the next part. Once we learn all the letters in the alphabet, then we get to start blending them together and putting them together and making words. That's the really fun part of kindergarten. All right, let's go over the letter. Sorry, I'm getting echo ready. Let's go over the letter F. So first I'm going to say it, and then you're going to say it, okay? So for F, we say F, fun, F. You ready? Your turn. Good job. So when we make the F sound, look at our mouths. We say F, F. That's how we make the F sound. All right, let's go over another new letter. This is L. So for L, we say L, lamp, L. You ready? Your turn. Nice work. Here we're going to review K. For K, we say K, kite, K. Ready? Your turn. Very good. And we've got the second letter in the alphabet. This is letter B. To help us remember B, we say B, bat, B. You ready? Your turn. Nice work. And letter T, I think this might have been the very first letter we learned. All right, T, top, T. Ready? Your turn. Here's that go. Nice. And last letter we have to review is H. So to help us remember H, we say H, hat, H. So H makes a H sound like hat, or like it's really hot, hot, and you go, ha, ha, ha. That's the H sound. All right, my turn first, then your turn. H, hat, ha. Now it's your turn. All right, nice job reviewing all the letters we've learned, guys. Good job. All right, I know that we practiced writing I this week with our markers and our boards. You all did wonderful with that. But we ran out of time to practice writing U this week on our markers and boards. So we're going to practice both of those now. But don't worry, we're going to practice U on Monday. We're going to practice writing U on Monday, so don't worry. Because I know some of you have your markers and boards at home, but some of you don't have your markers and boards at home. Some of your markers and boards are at school. So if your marker and board is at home, you can get it out now. You can get your whiteboard and your dry erase marker out and you can practice with me, okay? But if your marker and board is at school, don't worry about it. You're gonna practice U on Monday. Also, you could just listen. If your marker and board is at school, you could listen and learn and remember how to do it. Or you can get a piece of paper and pencil. And it doesn't have to be lined paper, it can just be regular paper, okay? All right, let's practice I first because that was the first letter we learned this week, I. So first, let's do uppercase I, and then we'll do lowercase I. They look pretty different, don't they? They look pretty different, but they both make the I sound, that scrunchy-nosed I sound. All right, let's practice. So let's do uppercase I first. So there we go. Here's the skyline. Here's the plane line. Here's the grass line. There's the worm line all the way down there, but we won't use the worm line for I, okay? We'll use it for letters like G and Y. Those will be worm line letters. All right, so for uppercase I, for big I, we're going to start all the way at the top on the skyline, And we're going to go straight on down to the grass line. And then we're going to draw a line on the skyline. And then we're going to come down here to the grass line and draw a line on the grass line. And there's uppercase I. So for uppercase I see 1, 2, 3 straight lines. Although my line is a little bit curved, but it's supposed to be straight. I did the best I could. So we have 3 straight lines for uppercase I. Uppercase I shouldn't go above the skyline, and it shouldn't go below the grass line. Okay, so if you have your marker and board at home, try an uppercase I. All right, now let's do lowercase I. Let's review lowercase I. For lowercase I, we start on the plane line. So put your marker on the dotted plane line and go straight down to the grass line. Make sure it doesn't go above the plane line. Make sure it doesn't go below the grass line. Now, we're not quite done with lowercase I. We still need that little dot right there. And you can put the little dot sort of in between the skyline and the plane line. Sort of in between, okay? And it doesn't have to be too big, just like that, just a little dot. All right, so here's uppercase I, here's lowercase I. They both make the I sound. Okay, I'm going to erase my I so I have room to write U's. But if your marker and board has room, then you don't have to erase yet. It's up to you. Okay, so now let's review. Let's practice writing lowercase and uppercase U. So uppercase U looks like this. Lowercase u looks like this. But they both make the sound like up. All right, so for uppercase U, we start at the skyline and we go down to the grass line, but keep your marker on the board and curve back up to the skyline. And that's the uppercase U. So it's just one big, long, curvy line. Look at that. You never have to pick up your marker when you're making uppercase U. It's just one big, curvy line. Let's try it again. So put your marker on the skyline, and we're going to go down to the grass line, and then curve back up to the skyline. Excuse me. And that's uppercase U. Makes an sound. Okay, I'm kind of running out of room here. I'm going to erase one of these uppercase U's. So we have room to write lowercase u. So lowercase u looks a little bit different. It's definitely smaller, and we have a straight line right here. You can choose to do that line or not do that line. I'll show you. So lowercase u, you start on the plane line, and you go down to the grass line and then curve back up to the plane line. If you want, you can do lowercase u's like this. You don't really have to do that straight line, that tail right there. You don't have to. It's kind of up to you. You can do them like this to where they look almost just like uppercase U except littler, right? Plain line to grass line. Or you could do lowercase u's like this. Plain line, and then curve down to the grass line, back up to the plain line, and then do a straight line down to the grass line. That's like its little tail. You can do lowercase u's like this, or you can do lowercase u's like this. It's up to you. So if you have your marker and your board with you at home, maybe you can kind of practice and see which lowercase u's you like better. Okay, but they both make the sound. So we will practice u's again on Monday, writing u's. Everybody will get to practice on Monday. All right, everybody. You did a great job with our review lesson. I thought we could read a book just for fun. Let's see. Earlier this week, we read Polar Bear, Polar Bear, what do you hear? So now, I thought, let's see, we could do Panda Bear, what do you see? Okay. All right. Panda Bear, what do you see? I see a bald eagle soaring by me. Wait, did we read this one? I think we might have read this one and not this one. Oh, well, we'll read both of them again. Why not? I see a water buffalo charging at me. Water buffalo, what do you see? I see a spider monkey swinging by me. Spider monkey, what do you see? I see a green sea turtle swimming by me. Green sea turtle, what do you see? Macaroni penguin. Oh, did I skip a page? Sorry. Yeah, I see a macaroni penguin strutting by me. Macaroni penguin, what do you see? I see a sea lion splashing by me. Sea lion, what do you see? I see a red wolf sneaking by me. Red wolf, what do you see? I see a whooping crane flying by me. Whooping crane, what do you see? I see a black panther strolling by me. Black panther, what do you see? I see a dreaming child watching over me. Dreaming child, what do you see? I see a panda bear, a bald eagle, a water buffalo, a spider monkey, a green sea turtle, a macaroni penguin, a sea lion, a red wolf, a whooping crane, and a black panther, all wild and free. That's what I see. And then more colors. Okay, so that was the book that we had already read this week, but that's okay. We'll read this one now. Polar bear, what do you hear? So this one is Panda bear, what do you see? This one is Polar bear, what do you hear? So they're similar books, right? They're written by the same author and illustrator, so they're similar, but they're not exactly the same. Okay. Polar bear, what do you hear? So the front is also all the colors. Polar bear, what do you hear? I hear a lion roaring in my ear. Lion, what do you hear? I hear a hippopotamus snorting in my ear. Hippopotamus, what do you hear? I hear a flamingo fluting in my ear. Flamingo, what do you hear? I hear a zebra braying in my ear. Zebra, what do you hear? I hear a boa constrictor hissing in my ear. Boa constrictor, what do you hear? I hear an elephant trumpeting in my ear. Elephant, what do you hear? I hear a leopard snarling in my ear. Leopard, what do you hear? I hear a peacock yelping in my ear. Peacock, what do you hear? I hear a walrus bellowing in my ear. Walrus, what do you hear? I hear a zookeeper whistling in my ear. Zookeeper, what do you hear? I hear children. Now this is your part, this is what you do. Growling like a polar bear, roaring like a lion, snorting like a hippopotamus, fluting like a flamingo, braying like a zebra, hissing like a boa constrictor, trumpeting like an elephant, snarling like a leopard, yelping like a peacock, and bellowing like a walrus. That's what I hear. And then all the colors again at the end. All right, kids, I had a great week with you. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.